People see you move abroad and think that getting on the plane and getting there is the hardest part.
Honestly, getting there is the easy part.
The hidden work is actually building the life that feels like yours after you've left so much behind.
Because we didn't leave a bad life. Like,
Right.
we had a beautiful home.
hmm
We had family and friends. We had a great community around us. I mean, we also had a lot of things that gave us purpose. And we're still learning how to make this new life our home. The move was the visible leap. Building the life is the hidden work.
Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel.
Hey, everyone.
I'm Deanna, and this is Greg, and we're the Okoties. Today we want to talk about starting over and starting a new life abroad. As many of you know, we have moved from North Carolina to Portugal. And we've talked about the excitement, the fun, the new change, the differences of being here in Portugal. Moving is one thing, but living the life after the move is something else.
When people hear that somebody moved abroad, they think of the packing and the flights and the new life and new language and new food. You know, like that part of the moving, the excitement part. And it is exciting. Don't get me wrong. It's a huge leap. It is a very exciting leap. But once you arrive, you still have to build everything, right? You have to see where you fit in. You have to, get used to the language and the culture and even the new normal that you have to go through. You still have to process what you left behind. Sometimes people look at you and say, oh my gosh, you made it. You moved to Portugal. Everything must be great. And it is. It is great. There are some great moments, but just like anybody else, life is lifing. I mean, as I mentioned before, the move was the visible leap, but building the life is truly the hidden work.
One thing that I really had to process was leaving behind the old Deanna. I knew who I was back in North Carolina. My job was my identity.
Yeah, I can see that.
It
was a part of your identity. Yeah.
It was a part of my identity, and that was a lot of who I was. And now being here and working as a content creator, I have to figure out who I am now. And that can be a little awkward at times of just trying to figure yourself out all over again. And I know that that can be something that many people can relate to when you're going through different chapters in your life, when you're becoming a parent or going through big life changes in general.
Yeah, a loss of a family member, a friend. Yeah.
Right, like you have to go back and now relearn and reintroduce yourself and just really asking your question, like, who am I now?
The parking coordinator at my church, gave me something to do by myself,
Yeah.
right? I mean, yeah, you can hang out with friends and all that good stuff, but like it gave me a different sense of purpose for myself.
Yeah.
Not only something to do, but also the people to serve. And I think some of those small things, quote unquote, those small things become a part of who you are. So what you say, like, who am I now? It's a different purpose that we have now, and so just working through that and figure out what is our purpose.
And maybe part of our new purpose is building our YouTube community and being able to connect with you all. And you don't always identify that new purpose immediately.
No.
As you're working through it, it starts to reveal itself. And I think that that's something beautiful in working through the process of just learning and growing and seeing what becomes of your new life, your new you.
And then sometimes you're grieving your old identity, before you can be able to know what your new identity or your new purpose will be.
That duality lives together, and both can be true at the same time. Can be conflicting at times, but also beautiful. Another part of starting over is turning a house into a home. If we left the house and we were gone for a few hours, when we came back, I felt like home because I was back in my own space. Or even when we had our overnight stay of staying in a hotel and then just like looking forward to coming back to our bed. It's that feeling of just, I'm in my own space, my own safety, and this is where I feel at home. It wasn't like a big dramatic moment of like, oh, this is home. What about for you?
So I love to cook. I love to grill. One of the things I told Deanna that was a non-negotiable is that I'm bringing my big green egg. For those who don't know, it's a smoker, it's a grill, it's a beautiful invention that they created. The first time I grilled on the big green egg here, like it was a part of comfort for me, right? Like an old comfort that I'm bringing into this new life. And I think that what made it feel like home, because it's something I did back in North Carolina. It's like, oh my gosh, I get to do it again here. So we're not trying to recreate North Carolina exactly. We're bringing pieces of ourselves with us, while allowing Portugal to bring us into this new identity and this new home that we have here.
The new normal isn't always exciting. Sometimes it's very mundane. And for me, Monday through Friday, it's waking up, getting Declan ready for school, walking to the school bus. I come home, I do my work, my content creation, cook dinner, go pick Declan up from the school bus. We all eat together and then, do our nighttime routine. So for me, it's once I've gotten into that normal groove of I know what my routine is going to be. I know what I'm going to be doing. It starts to feel normal and like home, like I belong. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. And I think in those regular mundane routines, that's when you realize you're no longer on vacation and you just live here.
I think for me, it's probably the roundabouts.
The roundabouts.
So I know it sounds random, it sounds weird, but I think it was the roundabouts, because here is a lot of roundabouts as far as for intersections rather than stoplights. And to me, it was intricate. When we visited, it was so intricate, and I was like, what is happening? Especially if it has like 4 or 5 lanes within that circle, that roundabout. It's just, I don't know how to do it. I've learned quickly, and I know how to go around the roundabouts. To the point where now I'm like, just like being real local. Just, like, what are you doing? It's like, you're doing it wrong. I think that is part of being here, right? Like, because that's something that's people are used to doing here. And so that's one thing I learned that. So that's one thing I can truly say that makes me feel part of this new normal.
You just blend in with everybody else.
Yeah, I'm not that weird tourist. It's like, I don't want to go.
He's a pro at it now. It took me a while to get there, though.
For me, it's like you begin to feel like this is a normal part of your life when you stop thinking about every little thing that you have to do or that's going on around you. One of the hardest parts is losing the feeling that you know how everything works. If something happened, you knew what to do, you know who to call. For the most part, you understand the process. Moving abroad and starting over, you are a beginner now, right? Like you have to learn the different processes here. When something breaks or you have documents you need to get notarized, for example, you're trying to figure out, well, who do I call? Where do I go to get that, done or to help resolve that issue? And I think that is something that's, for some people, it could be one of the hardest things is just starting over.
And that can really take a hit to your confidence level.
Sometimes the fear is not only what if this doesn't work, but it's also what if something happens and we don't know what to do. But not knowing everything does not mean that you're failing. It just means that you're building something new. I would definitely say it's humbling when things that used to be simple require your full attention now. And then there's the marriage part. When you move together, it's always the two of you navigating everything together.
Raising a family together, you're stressing together, always together. And sometimes that can show up and be a helpful thing because you always have a partner there. But then on the flip side of that, if the stress is because of your partner, then your partner is always there. So,
are you trying to tell them something?
No, I think I'm probably speaking about myself because I be stressing you out. Not on purpose, but it's honest, It can be difficult sometimes because you're trying to learn this new life and learn how to communicate in this new life. And when you are both tired, it can make things more difficult.
We're both tired at the same time, but somebody has to keep going.
When we're both trying to communicate to one another, one person may just need to be heard, the other one may not need you to solve a problem. But at the end of the day, you're just trying to, work through it together.
Moving together, it's a gift and there's also a pressure, right? I don't say a curse, but it's pressure. This is not a marriage problem segment. Let me clarify that, but it's another part of the hidden work that goes on when you start over. I think one thing that I had to come to terms with, and I'm still working on it, is that there is more grief and stress than gratitude right now for me. Don't get me wrong, there is gratitude. There's a lot of things that I'm grateful for, but gratitude does not really erase grief.
And it wasn't like we had a terrible life.
It wasn't really a running away from anything. Another way of looking at it is like, making the right decision doesn't mean that the decision is less painful. You can be grateful for the leap and still grieve what you left behind. In other words, you can be excited about this new life you're living and then also grieve the old one. Starting over, whatever you're starting over is, does not mean that you stop loving the life that you left behind. It means that you are learning to carry that love without being stuck in the past.
When you're selling your house and you're selling everything and you're leaving all of that behind, it takes a lot of trust.
Mm-hmm.
We left our family, our friends, our community, and we really took a huge leap of faith in trusting in God and betting on Him and betting on ourselves. I mean, honestly, just trusting in God. Like, He called us to be here, and we didn't know how everything was going to pan out. We still don't know how everything is going to pan out, but the part of faith is you take that first step and then God will show you the rest. You can be grateful and trust God and still be afraid and kind of scared of the unknown at the same time.
We felt called to take this leap and do something different and build something different. But making the right decision does not mean that the decision is painless. Starting over can look beautiful on the outside, but underneath those pictures, there's a lot of hidden work, emotional work, relational work, mental work, and even spiritual work. We are still doing that work. We're still building our life one day at a time. And if you're starting over in some way, it may not look exactly like moving abroad. Maybe you're changing careers, or maybe you are rebuilding after a difficult season, or maybe you're just trying to figure out who you are in this new chapter of your life. Whatever it is, you do not have to have everything figured out. Let us know in the comments, what is one part of starting over that people may not see from the outside?
If you enjoyed this conversation and want to see more like this, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can stay notified of all our videos. Keep taking leaps.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to our channel.
Hey, everyone.
And if you're new here, I'm Deanna.
You let me finish.
Oh.
I was just gonna say hi.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Say hey.
Hi.